Hi there, and welcome to another video from me, this tutor. We've been talking through the events of the First World War for the AQA topic, conflict and tension, 1894 to 1918. This time, we're looking at Russia leaving the war and its impact. So firstly, in our story of Russia leaving the war, let's think about the problems Russia faced. So from September 1915, after many disasters on the war front, maybe thinking about the Battle of Tannenberg, Battle of Masurian Lakes, Russia's being pushed back and the people are very unhappy. So due to this, the Tsar takes power of the army. He moves towards the front line to take charge. The unpopular Tsarina, who's German essentially, was left in charge at home. The people in Russia began to suffer as the railways could not supply the food to the towns and also to the army at the same time. People at home were suffering lack of food and long queues. We also start to get the story of Rasputin, of course, that he is taking over the court and running things with the German Tsarina. By May 1916, things are improving for the Russians, though. Their supply lines are improving, their army is getting better, they're better supplied. They are able to then fight well with the Brusilov offensive. And Russians had a massive win over the Austro-Hungarians in this offensive. However, by the winter of 1916, the Germans had come to reinforce the Austro-Hungarians, and they were pushing the Germans back on all fronts and showed the weakness of the Russian army. Added to this, the winter had led to food problems at home and bread shortages. So by February 1917, there were long queues in the Russian capital, Petrograd, of women trying to get food. This leads to the Women's March to the Putilov works, and strikes begin in Petrograd and across the cities of Russia. This leads to the February Revolution. The Tsar is overthrown and replaced by the Provisional Government, which is basically the elected Duma of Russia. By July 1917, the Provisional Government is under pressure to lead an offensive to support the Allies. So they lead a big offensive on the Eastern Front, but this is a big disaster and leads to protests back at home, and in particular the July Days protest that almost overthrows the Provisional Government. Then in August 1917, the military, concerned by the poor leadership, tried to lead a coup to overthrow the government. General Kornilov leads this coup, and he's stopped though by the Bolsheviks of Lenin, and the Bolsheviks become heroes and popular for stopping this potential revolution and coup of the military. October 1917, using his new popularity, Lenin seizes power with the October Revolution of 1917, and the communists take over power of Russia using the power of the workers' soviets. These are basically workers' councils to try and run towns and cities. From January 1918, the Bolsheviks start to negotiate to leave the war. They don't believe in war. They think it's a war between workers and abuses the workers for the benefit of the rich. By March 1918, they sign a Treaty of Brest-Litovsk. Russia leaves the war. They pay a huge fine to the Germans, and the Germans are able to free Poland and Ukraine, and Russia is severely weakened by the war. So what's the impact of this? So Germany no longer has to fight on two fronts now. They're leaving the Eastern Front, and they can move all their soldiers to the west to try and have a quick victory on the Western Front. In particular, they're concerned by the Americans joining the war, so they want to try and have a quick victory over the French and British on the Western Front. Similarly, Austria-Hungary can now concentrate on just fighting fewer enemies as well. It can concentrate on the front of Italy in the south and the Salonika front as well with the Balkans. So the Central Powers now have more land and resources as well. For example, they can control Ukraine and Poland and get resources from these lands, maybe food in particular for Ukrainians. The Ukraine is known as the breadbasket of Europe, so perhaps more supplies to alleviate the supply issues that Germany's been having. So of course now there's a greater potential of a quick German Central Powers victory in the war. Okay, I hope you found that quick revision video useful, and if you did, then do have a look at my Russia exam questions. I've got a tutoring video on the impact of Russia leaving the war, and you can practice your skills and see if you can answer exam questions successfully. And if you find these tutoring videos and these talk-through videos useful, then do have a look at my revision guides. It's packed through the notes, tutoring videos, these talk-through videos telling you all the key information you need for your exams. You can find a link to my Amazon pages in this video notes. And of course, I hope you subscribe and you continue to watch the videos and you find them useful. Well, bye-bye for now.